We finish up the 16 litter with a trio of male hogs. We've got 16-6, 16-9, and 16-11. One more time, next to nothing, never before, solo.
Yep, and next to nothing, again, that'd be the Stolquist boar that's a litter mate to Hendrickson's champion at Summer Type. Never before Gail had a really good show career for the Rohr family that we thank for giving us the opportunity to get her back. And then the Solo Sal that had the champion open barrel in Columbus last year, the reserve at the West Virginia State Fair, the 6th at OYLE, and then the barrel that won a bunch of shows for the Keenholz family there in Oklahoma. So a lot of Sal power behind these. Abby has 16-11 and 1611, I guess if you watched before, has the same build and look and design of what 4 and 7 do in this particular litter. He's a notch, just a nickel more immature, not quite as bloomy as those today. And again, I'm not a guy that's ever going to tell you that that's necessarily a bad thing. I love this one's look and build and athleticism and presence. He's kind of got that kind of funky birthmark there going down when he goes away from you. But a good-looking, sound-made one that, honestly, of these 16s is probably the one you can take home and feed the absolute hardest. He's built to handle it, and I think one you need to take home and feed hard to kind of honestly hit probably a mid-July type of endpoint to just get him enough everywhere to be a good. He's going to be a good big one, but not one I would sit on like some of these others that you can.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's the right kind of maturity and immature, but still with bone and circumference and of foot size and toes and still, like you said, athletic build. I think the birthmark's kind of cool. I think it makes him stand out. Just my opinion, but I think certainly that -11 will have plenty of friends for the guys that like to push and push hard. And then we'll switch over to the -6.
Yep, 16-6 is kind of this one is the most of everything in the particular 16 litter. Those are big legs, big toes, big feet. That thing has an absolutely ginormous back. He's grooved out. That's a ditched gorilla back working in one that's still awesome and true, and he's center. He's big and stout, and he's upper hip and pin, and he comes at you and leaves you with as much width as anything, and he stays square while he does it. His reach and drive off of his rear, too, for one that has that much just stuff to him, is impressive and still gives you a good look up front. And, if you're the kind that if you just want to feed those ones that kind of look like boars to go win barrow shows, I think this one kind of fits that build.
Yeah, Cryptorchid, I'm assuming, right?
Yes, sir.
And maybe that's why he's being offered, because if he was a boar pig intact with 2, he might not leave the barn here for a while, because that's kind of how he reads to me. I think this one's awfully good. I don't need to say much more. And then we can switch over to the -9.
Yep, and 16-9, one, again, I'm not going to try or tell anyone that this one's the best one in the pen today, because truthfully, he's not. I will tell you, he's stout and he's feature. He has a bunch of just topside skeletal shape, and he's one that's kind of, truthfully, even though he's about the same size as his mates, he's kind of in that weirder, just kind of growth phase as far as where he's at. He's put on a bunch of muscle and needs to kind of allow himself to chub and flesh, and if you've been following along, I think this one's kind of like that -5, a little opposite spin on this litter. Need to just take him home and let this one soften and mellow. And I think if you do those things, you've got he'll be just a really nice type of county fair pig.
Yeah, I think with a litter this deep, you're okay buying one like this and adding him and having another barrow in the barn that you'll give a chance to, because I think if he does the right things, I think he can be highly competitive. Like you said, just chill him out, let him be a pig for a little bit, lower the protein, and see what you got here in 4 or 5 weeks, because I think you might be surprised with how much bloom. I mean, in comparison to the litter mates, they all have some, and I think he'll keep coming. So again, this was 16-6, 16-9, and 16-11.